James Amps of Amps International LLC, building an army of young entrepreneurs interested in the field of agriculture and conservation in the U.S. Virgin Islands, thanks to his intensive Amps Entrepreneurship Leadership Institute retreats.
And if you think about any business in the world, most businesses will solve an issue.
The need is critical in the region because 99% of its food source is imported. Now the team is heading to Puerto Rico June 9th through the 11th, and they're looking for young entrepreneurs who are up to the task. The significance of this effort, capturing media attention in St. Croix and St. Thomas. The USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service called on the AMPS Institute to hear some of the struggles the farmers have been facing. Then the AMPS Institute encourages the students through a pitch competition to build a business around solving it. The ones with the best ideas get the most money. The AMPS Entrepreneurship Leadership Institute retreat is also sponsored by the University of Puerto Rico's School of Agriculture.
The building of relationships is key to your life. The more relationships you build, the better you will become. Period.
For more information on how to register for the retreat, June 9th through the 11th, go to ampsinstitute.com. That's AMPSinstitute.com. Hello and welcome to Newsworthy Stories with Jacqueline Jimenez. I have an upcoming event that I'm very excited to tell you about. It is being put on by the Office of Economic Small Business Development at Broward County. And here to talk more about it is Maribel Feliciano, and she is the Assistant Director. Hello, Maribel. How are you doing?
Hello. Thank you for having us.
I'm so excited to talk about this event. I actually saw it a while ago, and so I'm glad to get a chance to actually talk to you about it, let people know about it, and get people involved, show up for this one.
Yes, this is an event you don't want to miss. So I can't wait to tell you all about it.
Well, what's going to happen?
Well, Broward County is putting together a conference for our business community. It's a free conference. It's called the Broward and Beyond Business Conference on June 2nd at the Signature Grand here in Davie, Florida. So we want all Broward businesses, or even if you don't have a business yet and you're thinking about starting a business, this is a conference that you don't want to miss. June 2nd at the Signature Grand, we have a whole day packed with concurrent sessions, open plenaries, an amazing keynote presentation, all for you. And everything is designed for our business community to help you grow your business, to help you scale, to help you market your business. We get a lot of questions about how can you provide assistance marketing for me to market my business. So we're going to have a couple of sessions on marketing, how to maximize the use of social media, and a lot more. So I can tell you, we can go over some of the sessions we're going to have as part of the conference.
Yes, tell me all about them.
Basically, what we're going to have in the morning open plenary, we're going to have a presentation about upcoming contracting opportunities with Broward County. So if you have a business in Broward County, this is, again, the conference you don't want to miss, because we're going to be talking. You're going to have opportunities to talk with the federal government, with the state government, local government organizations, municipalities, and other institutions that are spending billions of dollars. Let me say that again, Jacqueline, billions of dollars in contracting opportunities for our businesses here in Broward. So you're going to have the opportunity to meet those representatives. You're going to learn about the contracts that are coming up in the next 90 to 120 days, so you can prepare as a business, set up your team, and get ready to submit your bid proposal for these upcoming contracts.
And I have to tell you, Maribel, government contracts this year was part of my goal. I've set up for them on, various resource organizations like yourself, but never did anything with it. And I kept saying, you know what? I want to learn more about government contracts this year. That was one of my goals. So I'm particularly very excited about this event because I think that is an area people just miss. They're so used to going to the same avenues for job opportunities that they don't look to the local government or federal government or otherwise.
And actually, I'm glad you brought that up, Jacqueline, because Broward County has made it a commitment to support our local small business community. So we're going to have a pavilion during the conference. We're going to have an exhibit hall with 55 exhibitors, but one section of that exhibit hall is going to be dedicated to those organizations that have small business preference programs, just like Broward County. Those organizations that have made it a commitment to support our local small and minority small businesses. So you're going to have all of those organizations under one roof with representatives that are experts in those specific programs. They will be able to answer questions one-on-one on what the requirements are for those programs. If you need to get certified, what documents you need to submit. For some of them, you may be able to submit the information right there while you're in the conference.
And so you need to come prepared, right? So
yes,
you need to come prepared. So what should they bring? What should people bring to this?
Of course. We're going to have a Get Certified Lab as part of the conference. So we're encouraging our businesses to sign up for the Get Certified Lab so we can work with you before the conference to make sure you have all your documents ready and in order. And all you need are 7 documents for the local certification with Broward County. And just to give you a general idea of what those documents are, it's very important. You have your business tax receipt for Broward County business tax receipt, but you also need your city business tax receipt. Those are 2 very important documents. It's really important for the Broward County certification that you have been in operation in Broward County for at least 1 year. That's also very important. We're going to take a look at your business taxes for the last 3 years because we look at the taxes and we do an average for the 3 years. We're also going to look at your experience with other contracts. So we ask you to submit a few examples of contracts that you've had in the past. And again, some general information, but we will be working with you, with each business, one-on-one to make sure you understand what are the documents you need to provide and that you have all those documents ready, and we'll get you certified right there on the spot at the conference. But we encourage you to visit our website, call our office. Our phone number is 954-357-6400, and set up an appointment to get certified during the conference.
Well, that sounds great. I'm definitely going to want you to give me that number again, and I will put that in the chat. I see, we have it scrolling across the bottom, where you can register for this event. And also, is there a place on that website that gives the information you just gave?
Yes, definitely. So if you go to our website, which is broward.org/bizbeyond, you'll be able to register completely free. You'll be able to have access to the preliminary agenda. You will be able to also see information about the sponsors that are going to be there. Those 55 companies, government organizations, and institutions that support businesses, you will be able to see who's going to be there. So you'll be prepared to share that information. Something else, Jacqueline, that we hear, this is our 6th annual business conference. Something that we hear from our businesses and attendees is they love all the networking opportunities that we provide as part of this conference. That business-to-business connection, opportunities to connect your business with contracting opportunities, opportunity to connect your business with other potential businesses that you can work with and partner in joint ventures, opportunities to meet larger companies. We also have large companies that attend our conference, so you as small businesses can start building those connections with those larger companies and the primes. So again, excellent benefits, networking opportunities to work with many other organizations that can support your business. Our keynote launching is also going to be very exciting. We're going to have Aisha Bowe. Aisha is a serial entrepreneur and such an inspiring story that she is going to be sharing with all of us during the conference.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yes, she has opened many businesses, very successful businesses, and she has an amazing and very inspiring story to tell. Right now, she gives a lot back to the community, and Aisha is going to be the first African-American woman to go in this Blue Origin mission to space. So we're going to be celebrating all of this as part of the conference.
Yeah, so
and I'm not going to tell you a lot.
Right? Yeah, no, don't tell
Yes.
her story because it is
Yes.
pretty amazing and really very inspirational. So if you need some inspiration, Aisha's gonna bring it. And so that's awesome. Is it Aisha? Is that, did I say that right?
Yes, Aisha
Okay,
Bow. Yes,
okay,
and
just
we
checking.
encourage you to follow her on LinkedIn,
Hmm.
follow her on social media and Instagram. I follow her, and every day she's posting information. I can't wait to meet her, and I'm sure all of you will be really excited to meet her as well. There are going to be many opportunities again for all of you to learn depending on your areas of interest, depending on what do you need. We have a session that's going to be about access to capital. We know our businesses. That's one of the challenging parts, right, of owning a business or wanting to expand your business, is knowing what financial resources are out there to help you. We're going to have a panel exactly on that, where we're going to bring subject matter experts that are going to help you, and you will have an opportunity to ask questions from the subject matter experts that are going to be joining. Banking institutions, financial institutions, CDFIs, and more will be there to work with you to answer your questions and connect you to more opportunities.
Well, I'm looking forward to it myself. So I thank you so much, Maribel. And if you have questions, I'm sure anyone at the Office of Economic Small Business Development will be happy to share it with you. We're going to hear more about this, leading up. We're still about a week away. So get in there, find out that information, and don't think because you don't have all the information that Mary Bell said that, oh, I don't have this one thing, or make sure you ask questions, bring what you have, and then let them help you get ready one way or the other. A lot of times we'll hear, oh, I don't have that, so I'm not gonna go, or I'm not gonna try. Bring it, bring what you have, and then find out what you need. Go there and ask your questions, and that's how you actually become certified. Don't don't be that person that goes, because you'll be waiting forever to actually get it right. To have everybody in the room, this is rare, first of all. To have the people in the room where you can actually fill out those forms with somebody 10 times faster, you'll be able to finish it. If you're doing it on your own, it's going to take you so much longer. Take advantage of this time, set aside, cancel all the other appointments you have, get to this conference.
So actually, Jacqueline, I'm going to say 30 times faster, because it takes us approximately 30 days to review certification applications and process them. And this time, you're going to be there one day and you will be
I'm
able to
bringing
get
my stuff.
certified that one day.
I'm bringing bringing up. I want to hear what this is. I want to get all that done right then, because that's me.
Yes,
It'll take me 30
expedited,
times longer. Thank you
expedited
so
review.
much. Yes.
And
Thank,
something else, Jacqueline, that I wanted to share
yeah.
with you is we're going to have a workforce development lounge as well. And what this is you're going to have the opportunity to meet with Career Source Broward and OIC. These are organizations that provide assistance to businesses and to people that are looking for jobs. So you're going to have a lounge there where you're going to be able to meet with them one-on-one to discuss. If you're a business, you'll be able to learn about the funding that is available to help you as a business owner to provide training to your employees. So the government can pay you a portion of the dollars that you use to train our employees. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of businesses don't know that there is free funding for you as a business owner to train your employees. So stop by our Workforce Development Lounge. We also have a lot of other resources from organizations that provide job training, apprenticeship training, and other resources for our community. So again, like you said, Jacqueline, we're going to have all these resources. We're expecting over 800 people to come to our conference on June 2nd at the Signature Grand. Please register today. Do not wait. We have over 1,300 people that have registered. 1,300 people have registered today.
Wow.
And we want to make sure that you are there.
That's right. And listen, if you have a question that comes up and while you're watching this, it didn't come up, put it in the chat. I'll make sure Mary Bell gets it. I will make sure they get it. So put it in the chat, because I'm sure somebody else probably has that same question. So put your questions in the chat. and we will get your questions answered. Thank you so much, Maribel, for joining me today. I'm so glad we're getting an opportunity to share this conference.
Thank you, Jacqueline, for the opportunity to share with our business community. I hope to see all of you there. Remember, Broward and Beyond Business Conference, 2nd at the Signature Grand, completely free. We hope you don't miss this opportunity and you go to our website at broward.org/bizbeyond and register.
All right, you've got your instructions. Get to it.
Thank you.
Downtown Fort Lauderdale has become a bustling home for tens of thousands of residents. Now there's development to give them a better backyard. The Community Foundation of Broward bringing together a slew of funders and guests to hear about this new initiative called Huizenga Park Reimagined.
I think it's important that we look at the Huizenga Park as our backyard or our front yard for the downtown community. We now have 25,000 residents who live in downtown, and the parks are their first impression of our community. So we want to show our support for the initiative, and we wanted to introduce our fund holders to this project because we thought it might be something they'd like to support as well.
In the room to discuss it, Steve Hudson, who is related to Wayne Huizenga, as well as Jenny Morejon from the Downtown Development Authority, known as DDA.
We're so pleased to be here today with the Community Foundation and fund holders who have made such an impact in this community. We're here to present our reimagining of Huizenga Park, downtown Fort Lauderdale, and really the county's signature downtown park right on the New River. We built this park 30 years ago and we're in the process of renovating it. We are looking for legacy builders here in this community to follow the footsteps of the namesake of the park, Wayne Huizenga, and help contribute the final funds to ensure that this park project becomes a reality. We are over 85% funded for our capital project and looking to finish our goal here with the community's support.
The Community Foundation of Broward is located right in the heart of downtown Fort Lauderdale itself, which makes this a hot topic for discussion.
Today just seemed like it really made sense for us to be able to host this, to introduce the idea to you, to get some feedback from you, and to hopefully inspire you to think about how your giving could support the Huizenga Park. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my friends Steve and Jenny. Thanks.
All right. Good morning. Thank you. As many of you know, the park was named after my uncle, Wayne Huizenga. He had a vision for Fort Lauderdale to be this amazing, dynamic city. And he insisted that all of his companies were based here in Fort Lauderdale. And I'm quite certain that we wouldn't see the Fort Lauderdale that we have today if it wasn't for that vision and kind of that requirement for all those companies. Brought talent, brought people here, and it brought notoriety to Fort Lauderdale as well. Fort Lauderdale gets tossed around in conversations now with Austin and Nashville, these great cities that we have, and Fort Lauderdale is getting that recognition. And this park, the vision that we have, that goes in tandem with what's happening here in Fort Lauderdale. But what I'm going to do is play this video so you can get a little flavor of that.
Introducing Huizenga Park Reimagined, a newly designed community hub for a city that's always on the move. In the heart of downtown Fort Lauderdale, you'll soon find this urban oasis where you can grab a bite to eat, become immersed in new activities, or simply relax and take it all in. Your new outdoor living room in the center of it all. Huizenga Park, a special place for everyone, forever.
So with that, I want to introduce Jenny, and she's going to tell you a whole lot more about our vision, where the park stands today, and where we are going in the future. Thank you.
Jenny Morejon laying out the details and the distinctions of what they want Huizenga Park to represent.
We've seen such an increase in growth just since the pandemic, but not only with new young professionals looking to make downtown their home, families coming to the urban core. We've seen a 70% increase in the number of families with children call the downtown their home. And so with this park, taking the advantage to keep some of the best assets of almost a 3.5-acre site right on the New River at the intersection of Las Olas and Andrews Avenue, really the heart and soul of downtown, but to make it a place where we can continue to connect in the community, to have those social connections, those meaningful relationships, a place for leisure, a place for activity. You know, Huizenga Park has become the unofficial dog park downtown with the great lawn. We want to be sure that our furry friends in downtown have a permanent space that's cordoned off so everybody can enjoy it, not just the dogs on the lawn. But also great parks around the country have unique, iconic art that is special to that city. When you travel around and you go to great parks or plazas or town squares, you remember the feeling that you had in that city. We want to replicate that for something that's uniquely Fort Lauderdale. And sometimes that can mean some bold, fun artwork. This is a park in Dallas. You know, everybody's looking at you, but it's fun. And we want to bring that sense of fun, excitement, a little bit of the surprise into Fort Lauderdale in our Central Park, really. So we've been working on a playbook. You know, like any great sports teams, the Panthers, thank you, Wayne, you really have to develop a playbook to understand how we're going to get from here to success. And so we've been working, the DDA, our leadership and the board, over the past couple of years to really understand how do great urban parks, how are they designed, how are they funded, how are they programmed with great activity for all, how are they managed. And back in 2019, we brought in a group of experts from the Urban Land Institute. They interviewed over 150 community members. They were in our town for about a week. We walked up and down the river, and we talked about why parks and open spaces are so essential for growing cities like Fort Lauderdale. We really found that the best urban public parks have the same 6 themes that they look at time and time again. We studied the model from Bryant Park in Manhattan, which is a public-private philanthropic effort that transformed the park behind the main library from what was downtrodden to a place that everyone can go to any hour of the day, any day of the week throughout the year, not just a place for special events, which is what we're looking at. Great cities around the country, it's not the local government only that's making sure that great downtown parks are successful. It takes the private leadership, the community and philanthropic leadership as well, and that is the foundation's job to make sure this park is successful for everyone. And then active daily programming. You know, if any of us, when you ultimately visit this reimagined park, you can go there knowing that something exciting or maybe just low-key is taking place in the park. A series of reading rooms, dog training courses, maybe meetup groups for students at the Florida Atlantic University and Broward College. Not just a place where thousands of people converge for big events, but more of an active community park every single day. We have introduced, where there is the old amphitheater that's very rarely used, a restaurant. And that is part of the big business model to make sure that we can obtain some funding for upfront capital, but also a sustainable revenue stream that allows us to make sure that we have attendance in the park. Daily, high level of maintenance, cleaning, and programming that will make this park successful. The beautiful Spirit of Fort Lauderdale fountain, named after Wayne Huizenga, it's so important and iconic at that intersection. Keeping that, but improving it and making it a real iconic signature piece on that corner. Having places for leisure, intimate spaces where you could sit and grab a cup of coffee, connecting the river to the park and the park to the river. Right now, you might be standing on the edge of the Riverwalk, and I know some of you walk this beautiful Riverwalk, maybe even daily. You might not even know the park is back there or a great museum of art. You may stand on the steps of the Museum of Art and not know that there's a great park or the river just steps away. We want to make sure all of that's integrated. All of this is possible because this is a new model for how we can improve parks in Fort Lauderdale with the public sector, the private sector, and the philanthropic community, with leaders like you. We've been fortunate enough to receive a $1 million grant from the state of Florida. And we also, because we've demonstrated that this is a model that can work, receive support from the city of Fort Lauderdale for a $5 million capital contribution towards this park and a sustained partnership to help us with the operations and maintenance. So the public-private success is there. Now we're building the philanthropic model, and that is through the Huizinga Park Foundation.
The Huizinga Park Foundation is looking to raise $5 million towards this effort, so about a third of the money. We are just over halfway there. As stated, our family fund here at the Community Foundation of Broward put in $500,000, and the Huizinga family, through the 4 kids, put in $1.5 million. And so that obviously kickstarted this campaign quite nicely. We're asking that the Community Foundation and the fund holders get involved with this project. It is it's transformational for our downtown. Again, with 25,000 new residents, they need a backyard. They need a place to congregate. Those apartments are small. So all world-class cities have world-class parks. And that's what the reimagined Huizinga Park will be, the world-class park.
The one message coming across today, it's going to take the entire community to bring Huizinga Park Reimagined to fruition.
I'm constantly amazed at how the leading citizens of this city pull together to make these special places happen, and I just felt total confidence that this was going to happen here as well with the Huizinga Plaza.
To learn more about how to support Huizinga Park Reimagined, visit the Community Foundation of Broward online at cfbroward.org. The ICABA Biz Connect living up to its name, bringing together professionals from all industries from South Florida and beyond.
Louisville, Kentucky.
It was held at the Alan B. Levan Center of Innovation at Nova Southeastern University. I ran into these two chatting it up and found out they were first-timers.
Right, we're the rookies here in this whole space. We're just trying to find out how I can connect her. She was just sharing with me a lot about what she does. It's amazing. I don't know if you want to tell the camera.
So for me too, like first time here and super like impressed by what also you're doing with your foundation and the innovation of the business model to be able like to have a bigger impact. So super grateful for this ICABA meeting today.
Yeah, big shout out to Hutch. Big shout out to Victor Biggs for inviting me today. How did you find out about this whole situation?
Newsletter. I don't know
your newsletters.
I'll sign up, but I am on the newsletter and it was my first time.
So whoever's doing that worked, by the way, so keep doing that. So this is awesome. Thank you so much.
When I walked into the room, I was surprised to see my friends and clients, 12-year-old Carter Bonus of Spectrum Golf and his mom, Dr. Thelma Tinney of Healing Arts Institute of South Florida, both getting in on developing new relationships.
Be sure that you don't leave here today without meeting somebody that you did not know and planning to get together with them. Because we're not here to pass out business cards and see who's got the most business cards. We're here to build relationships. Relationships are the things that allow you to grow your career and grow your business. So be intentional, be purposeful, and let's connect and build some valuable relationships, okay? Introduce you to Charles.
Jerome Hutchinson Jr. getting support from the president of the Miami Chamber of Commerce, Eric Knowles, while at the same time supporting some of the members of ICABA, allowing them to share about their business on the mic.
Your people are your highest costs in any business. Yet most business owners, especially in the small and mid-sized capacity, have no idea what their obligations are legally with regard to being an employer, and as well as just even the soft touch functionality of the human resources department.
The keynote speaker at this Connect was the Chief Responsibility Officer from PNC Bank, Richard Bynum, who joined us live from Washington to introduce an $88 billion initiative.
And I would tell you, in South Florida specifically, with the entire community benefits plan, we deployed $1.63 billion, about $307 million of it for small business. And that small business not only offers, as you all know, the opportunity to create generational wealth for yourselves and for owners and operators, but it also creates jobs.
The PNC team also here locally to connect with business leaders.
We got to hear from Richard Bynum, PNC's Chief Responsibility Officer, talking about the $88 billion that PNC is committed to our community and helping and supporting in the communities that we serve. And one of those instances is access to capital. And that's what I do. That's what I'm here to help and support in the community in South Florida and Florida.
Sandy Michael McDonald is the director of the Broward County Office for Economic Development and Small Business Development. And Sandy, as he comes up, I'm going to do something he doesn't know what I was going to do today. Because I tried to do this once before, and because of his humility, he wouldn't let me do it. So now he's beginning to kind of have an idea of maybe what's going on here. So I might put the mic down for a second. Sandy, come on up. And I'm going to ask Jackie to get in place. So Jackie, I want to make sure you got a good picture of this.
That just means you don't follow instructions.
I know. Same thing my mom and daddy said. What entrepreneur does, right? That's why we're entrepreneurs. We want to do things our way. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present to Sandy Michael McDonald the ICABA Business Leadership Award as an ICABA salutes men who lead. And in recognition of your visionary leadership, exemplary advocacy and support of Black entrepreneurship, we just want to say thank you, Sandy. And I was just having a conversation with Eddie Edwards, and we were reminding each other of how important it is to give people their flowers when they're living. So we're going to catch you while you're on this side with us.
Appreciate that.
And I just wanted to say thank you, man, on behalf of not only ICABA, but on behalf of the entire region. The work that you do has been tireless, but it's been impactful. And when I talk to you, I never walk away, without having something, I learned something that I did not know and inspired to do something I need to do.
Thanks. Thank you, Jerome. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks.
I had such a great time connecting with the people at the ICABA Biz Connect. I recommend that you don't miss the next one.